Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is our first time meeting, I am Starla Quinn of the King's Daughter, and I am a mindset coach. And I'm here to help you break those poverty mindsets so you can get out of the wilderness and into your promised land. If you're praying for elevation in your financial life, yet you are not managing what you have well, then you're going to be hindered, because God can't trust you with more than what you have now if you can't manage what you have now. So money management is the key to receiving more money, to receiving something bigger and better. If you have an apartment right now, you're believing God for the house, yet you can't maintain the apartment that you have, why would He give you something bigger? If He gives you money now and you can't manage your money, like you're eating out all the time, you're ordering out, you're not being wise with the money that you have, not knowing how to spend and learning how to be responsible with what you have, doing without the things you don't really need just so that you can have money left over to use for things that you may want or need later on. If you're not managing that money well, God is not going to give you more money to mismanage. It just doesn't make sense. So the goal is for you to learn how to manage what you have. And this is the thing that God is watching out for. He's watching to see how you're going to do with what He already put in your hands. Manage that money well. Show God that you can do it. Show Him that He can trust you with more, with bigger, with greater, with better. Show Him. Because I've seen people have little buckets, little cars they're rolling around in. The cars look like it's falling apart. And they're just dogging this little car out because they feel like, well, it's a bucket. I'm just going to do whatever. It's just something to get me from here to there. I remember I had this old broken down car. It was my first car. I was a teenager and it was given to me. So I wasn't going to complain. I was excited about it. It didn't have any covering in the roof. Every time you tried to get out, you had like orange stuff in your hair. And I had to let myself out from the outside. This is the car that I was driving around in. In the front of it, on the driver's side, there was a huge dent. And I'm riding around in this thing, and I feel like I'm in a Mercedes Benz. Okay, I used to take it to the car wash and pay for the most expensive wash they had. So I'd pull up, and all these expensive cars are in the line, and here I come with my little putt-putt pulling up. And I'm watching them like, don't scratch my car. And they're talking and laughing because they're like, is she serious? And yes, I was serious. But since then, God blessed me and delivered me into so much more and so much better, and things I didn't even believe that I could have. But He blessed me because He saw how I treated the little bit that I had. I said that to say this. Whatever you have, however much it is, whatever it looks like, treat it well. Be good stewards over your money. Treat your place of living well. Even if it's just a room, treat it well. Show God that you are capable of taking care of more, that you are capable of having more. Because if you can't manage what you have, especially money, giving you more, you're going to squander over it. You may hurt yourself trying to do things that you couldn't do before. Some people pray for these cars and they get these new cars. They want to drive outrageous and then they hurt themselves or they kill themselves or someone else. You have to show God that you are capable. So the things that you're praying for, check yourself and say, okay, can I handle this? Yes, I want it because it's pretty. Yes, I want the money so that I can live how I want and go where I want to do and buy whatever I please. But can I really handle it? What am I doing right now? Am I eating out unnecessarily? Am I overspending? Am I too big of a giver? Am I giving everything away? Are there people in my life that are takers? Are they using me? Am I vulnerable? Am I surrounded by people that are taking what I have because I'm allowing it to happen? These are the things you got to open yourself up, your life up, and look at these things and ask yourself these very important questions. These questions are imperative because it could be your mindset. If you have a poverty mindset that says, I got to spend everything I have because I'm not used to having it, that's something that you need to work out. Because God is not going to put riches in the hand of someone with a poverty mindset, because you can't manage it. You don't have the mindset, the capacity to manage that money well, so that you don't end up back where you started, back praying for more financial help. Can you imagine if you can't handle $2,000 a month and then God gives you $1 million and you blow that money and now you're back where you started, praying and asking God for help? Why would you do that? That's like God delivering you into the promised land and then you end up back in the wilderness because you messed it up. Or when God blesses you with money, maybe he did already, and you end up going back to people that don't serve you well, people that shouldn't even be in your life, people that are takers. You want to get the money and go hang around these people and prove something to them, and they end up taking and spending. It's like being in the promised land. You cross over, you made it, but then every weekend you want to go back to the wilderness and visit everybody who didn't get in. All of the Israelites who never made it in, you want to go back and visit and hang out and sit around bonfires and talk about everything that you have and everything that God is doing in your life because you want them to see it. What's bringing you down? So the best thing that you can do is, like I said, check yourself. Check yourselves. Check your spending. Check your motives for why you want the things that you want. And see if they line up, see if they're right. Because not only do we need to be obedient to God, everything we do needs to be in obedience to the Father. That means, are we being obedient in the way we spend? Are we being obedient in the reasons that we want the things we want? Are those reasons going to glorify God? What about the things you're asking for? Are they going to glorify God? What about my mindset? Check your motives. Did everybody you grew up with, your parents, your friends, your family, was everybody poor? Nobody had money? And now you want money because you're like, we never had it? You're praying for it, but if in the back of your mind, you don't believe you're worthy, you don't believe you're capable, you don't believe God's going to do it for you because you never saw it, you could be hindering yourself. Because you're saying you want it, but you don't actually believe it for yourself. That's a poverty mindset. Poverty mindset, like I said before, is getting money and then you're squandering it. You're spending it erratically. That's a poverty mindset. Because people who've never had money don't know how to keep money. It's like they got to get rid of it. Like something's wrong with it. And they're not at peace until they're broke. There are people who are afraid to have money. They say they want it, but within themselves, they're afraid. Because they don't know how to manage it. These are poverty mindsets, things that you need to work out of yourself so that you can receive and manage the money and the resources that God is trying to give you, that God is going to give you once you get this together. Okay? I want you to get there. I want you to get it. And I believe you can. I love you guys to the heavens and back, but most importantly, God loves you so much more than that. I pray that he continues to shine his face upon you all the days of your life, and may those days be long and filled with abundance, peace, and prosperity. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.